Hello guys, welcome back to the Crabtree life once again. Here's my beautiful, beautiful wife, Kathy.
Don't say beautiful!
And me, Rodney, her husband. But anyway, we're going to do another reaction video. This is the top 10 Philippines travel paradise. I've only been to the Philippines once for like 17 days, I think. So I may have visited one or two of these places. I don't know. We'll just have to check what's on there. But,
I may have visited some too, but I'm not sure.
Well, she lived there all her life, so.
But I haven't been to like all those tourist destinations.
Right. So I don't know. Let's check it out. I know the Philippines is like one of the most beautiful places on earth. So you guys, I know, are proud that are Filipino. Let's check this out.
Now I'm about to let you in on a little secret here.
Top 10 places.
The origin of Southeast Asia is right here, the Philippines. My favorite of all countries that I've traveled to. It is some of the most beautiful landscapes,
so beautiful,
and the most incredible people you will ever come across. Now, before you start taking advice from a random stranger, I want to give you a bit of my background. My name is Christian LeBlanc, and I've spent the last 2 years traveling Southeast Asia.
I think
and
they're
with
part
that, I've
of
spent
the
about
vlog
3
squad
months
of
of it in the Philippines.
I would love.
I'm not sure though.
I'd love to get to travel for 2 years.
Let's get started with the countdown.
Seeing all these
Number
places.
10 is Boracay.
Look how white that sand is.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not.
Now,
right there it is.
That can be a bad thing.
Look how blue.
The great thing is, you can guarantee you can find some extremely beautiful hotels.
Never been there, but I will one day.
You can also find some relatively discount ones too, so budget shouldn't be too much of an issue here. The nightlife is pretty good, and the food is great.
Nightlife in Boracay is lit.
All the way
That's one of their most famous beaches, right?
It can be backpacked, but definitely expect to spend a bit more money here. The island of Boracay itself is extremely beautiful. Some of the bluest waters you'll see, and some of the finest white sand beaches.
That's what I'm talking about.
I would assume this is how it got so popular. The population of the island has outgrown the infrastructure at least 10 times over, and this can lead to a lot of congestion.
Yeah.
But you're going to spend most of your time on the beach anyway, so what does that matter?
I want to go today.
You know what's making it?
I've been there.
I've been there with him.
We swam with the sharks.
This is a place where you can actually go and swim right next to the
we did that.
Now there is a little
The
bit of
shark
controversy that surrounds
kissed
because
my
the whale
booty.
sharks are fed,
No, I'm just
but I'll leave
kidding.
that up to your discretion. It's such a humbling experience swimming next to an animal.
We did that.
I swim next to the
As
shark.
a small
Like really, like from.
I actually show you.
Stay away from me.
We actually have a vlog where we show you pictures from that.
Like that close.
Yeah.
Impressive of the two.
Wow. We didn't do that.
Drop off.
Because he's afraid of the motorcycle.
Now, if you're looking for more of an experience,
or we are tired.
Check
I
out
was tired.
She
She wanted to do that, but next time we'll have to go.
It's much more interactive than just looking at a waterfall like you do at Tumalog. It's definitely worth it. Number 8 on my list is Malapascua.
Never
it's
been
very
there.
unlikely that you've heard of this place before, but it's a great reason to go, and it's this one animal.
The place where Papa Bear and Mama Bear drive.
It's very unlikely you've ever heard of this
like
place.
4 hours
but
away
Malapascua is
from
home to one of the most beautiful creatures I've ever seen, the thresher shark. If you're a scuba diver, this is a must.
Wow, I'm not a scuba diver.
More impressive than the thresher shark.
It's not for you.
It has a long tail, just like a scythe. You see it beautifully cutting through the water.
It is beautiful,
though.
Maybe when we scuba dive there, we will find Nemo.
The dive scene is incredible, but it's not the only thing. Malapascua Island itself is extraordinarily beautiful. Again, if you haven't already noticed the trend, extremely blue water, fine white sand beaches,
paradise,
relatively
I'm
expensive
scared with the dark
so
spots.
this definitely has to be something that you save up for. It's a very small
No,
island, and all
it
the
means there's
accommodations
grass.
are quite expensive. Do a little research. We even managed to find the nightlife on this incredibly dormant island. My girlfriend Laura really hit it off with the locals. If you know anything about the Philippines, you'll probably be shocked that I put El Nido in 7th place. El Nido is easily one of the most beautiful places in the Philippines.
Reminds me of Bali.
You ever been there?
This place leaves you in awe. Now let's start with the great things about this
Not
place.
Bali,
The
Phuket.
four islands
You ever been there?
are incredible because
No,
it
I
lets you
haven't
see
been
the
there.
cerulean
That
blue
was my
water,
plan.
the jagged
If
cliff
we
sides.
went
It's
to the
seriously
Philippines
earthborn. It's nothing like you've ever seen before.
Wow,
the
look at
days
that.
in Nido are unforgettable because you'll spend your entire day hanging around these beautiful landscapes. But
it's amazing.
This is where the problems start. When night hits, it becomes a bit less enjoyable, I'd say. El Nido's electrical grid is archaic at best. When we backpacked, we spent at least half of our nights in darkness. And worse than the dark, we spent it without any fan or
like
air
a toothpaste.
It gets extremely hot in the Philippines, and when the power goes out, I become a pretty unhappy camper. In addition to this, if you're planning to do anything like I do as a YouTuber, uploading is basically a no-go. The internet speeds are so slow that it will drive you mad. Now there are some ways you can get around these inconveniences. If you spend a lot more money, you can actually stay at accommodations that will have backup generators, and this will at least help take care of the problem of your air conditioning going out, so you won't sweat to death at night. I want to end this on a positive note because despite all the inconveniences of El Nido, the beauty of this place makes it all worth it. So you have to go check it out. If you end up going, make sure you do the 4-island tour. And make sure you climb tower.
Look at that! That's out of nowhere.
It's extremely jagged,
and
but
you can rent a bangka.
Boat.
The next on my list is Bohol. Bohol is a
I've been there.
I haven't. We were planning on going and we didn't.
It never hurts to go around with locals. That's how we find some of the cool.
Look at that jump.
Little hole in the ground. No pun intended. With Bohol being a big island, you could easily spend 5 to 10 days here. The most popular of the beaches is Alona Beach, and this is a place where you can stay at a 5-star hotel or at a guest house or hostel. The pricing is definitely on the expensive end, but nothing unreasonable. Also, a must in Bohol is to rent a scooter. Some of the most incredible riding I've ever done has been done here on this island. You take the scooter, you drive up further north from Alona Beach, and you'll end up visiting these guys.
Oh, they're so small as me.
Animals only found in Bohol. They
don't say ugly.
Like they
are ugly.
What more could you ask for?
They're cute. They just have big eyes.
They're not guapo. They look like rats.
I did go up further north to
Anda
Beach,
they're small like
and although I liked Anda, I didn't love it. I found it a bit of a dirty beach. For me, I would prefer to have stayed in Alona Beach, rented a scooter, and used it to do day trips like seeing the Tarsiers, the Chocolate Hills, etc.
Wow.
You'll also see a lot of European-inspired churches while exploring
good architecture.
This one here was built by the Spanish, and it was actually shook up during an earthquake a few years ago.
That's
Just
cool.
after
I'd like to see stuff like that.
You're going to see the man
architecture.
And true to its name, it's a forest that was actually hand-planted by men. It's a really awesome feeling.
Yeah, that's a man-made forest.
They planted that?
You have pictures there in the middle.
It's great for Instagram.
I told you, guess what Dolly did? She lost her camera. I'm so pissed.
After the man-made forest, about another 35
Really? Oh, because of that?
It's a commercial.
I got
it. Minutes up north, you'll be going
through
what's
Chocolate Hills.
The main attraction of Bohol. These are the Chocolate Hills, and you'll notice they look extremely similar to a Hershey Kiss. I don't know if that's why they've been called that, but the name is definitely fitting. You can drive up to the top of one of the hills and actually get a pretty good vista of the entire mountain range. I definitely recommend it.
It's not kind of amazing to me, the Chocolate Hills.
Dumaguete is an incredible place, and there's a lot to see and do here. It's a place I spent almost 2 weeks scuba diving and exploring its beautiful nature. If you go to Dumaguete, check out Casaroro Falls. I know I'm probably butchering it, but I'll write it down below. Right across from Dumaguete is a short boat ride to Apo Island. Make sure you check out this place. Apo Island translates into English as Turtle Island. Turtle. And it's well named because everywhere you go is serious good, bro. There's sea turtles everywhere.
Really?
And these chillers are used to having people around. So
there's turtles everywhere?
Swim up next to them.
I don't know.
Just make sure not to
Maybe because it's called
Apo Island.
Island.
In Dumaguete.
Look at that.
This is one of the must-dos of the Philippines. This here is Manjuyud Sandbar. I call this place the Maldives of the Philippines. It's about a 2 to 3 hour drive.
We should go there
from Dumaguete,
since we can't afford Maldives.
Can you rent those?
I think
Once
so.
you arrive at a little dock. You take a boat across about 45 minutes, and you arrive in paradise. If you have that extra time, or you want to take your Instagram to a whole nother level, you better check out Manjuyud Sandbar. Those are just a few of the things you can do in Dumaguete. There's some nightlife, there's great restaurants, and a whole lot of nice hotels and resorts. This is a place for anyone on any budget. Number 4, almost on the podium, but not quite, Kawasan Falls, also known as Baytayan Canyoneering. Now, before I even get into this, if you're not too afraid of heights and you're not afraid to get wet, this is one of the coolest things that you can do in the Philippines.
Oops.
It's a full-day trip where you're guided through these very narrow crevasses where the water flows down, creating these awesome little waterfalls. It's such a unique
I like that. I would like that.
You can't find that many places in the world.
Not for me.
See, you was slide.
It's cool and everything, but I don't know.
risked it for you guys. You're welcome. Baytayan Canyoneering is a guided expedition, and you cannot do this alone. By law, you need to have a guide, and I highly recommend it anyways. You would not want to do this alone.
No.
It's not too expensive. From my memory, it's about $30 US. You get a guide, and he shows you through the canyons, he pushes you off the cliff, and you even get a meal out of it.
You gotta pay $30
to
get pushed off the cliff.
Is the world-renowned Kawasan Fall. This waterfall literally looks like the exit to the Gatorade factory. The water is this weird fluorescent blue that looks like it should be bottled and sold to people at a very high price. The water is quite cold, so it's a very nice refreshing break after a long day.
Wow, I like that kind of water.
Now I must mention,
look at that free massage.
I was actually one of the last groups to have gone through the Baytayan Canyon in quite some time, and I'm not even sure if they've reopened.
We should go there, honey.
The municipal government shut it
Where's
down
that
because
at,
they
though?
were worried about
I think
erosion.
it's
so
in
do a little
Cebu,
research.
something.
Hopefully it's reopened because it
Province
is
of
one of the
Cebu.
top things to do in the Philippines. Also, random insert, you'll see
should have
roosters
that too.
everywhere in the Philippines.
Rooster?
Cockfighting is basically
I'm
a
good.
national
That's our alarm
sport. I
clock.
named him Fred.
Yeah, I'm
The
good.
Bronx
It was
Medal
our
is
alarm
my
clock.
favorite landscape in the
When
entire
we
world.
went to the
This
Philippines.
beach is seriously heaven,
Is it
and I
red?
don't use that word lightly. It is my favorite. And I'm honestly blown away
Where
that to
is
this
that?
day, Nacpan has not been developed as a resort town. This is the most
That's
incredible
cool looking,
landscape
man.
that I've ever seen. Now, if you remember, we talked about El Nido being in 7th or 6th place. Well, Nacpan is about a 45-minute scooter ride away from El Nido.
Dang, they're close.
So again, if you were on the edge of going to El Nido, consider
Oh, it's
this. You
in
will get
Palawan,
Nacpan and
too.
El Nido together
It's a
because
big
they're
beach.
only a scooter ride away from each other. The problem with Nacpan is this. Because it's such a beautifully untouched landscape, there's nothing on it. There's really only a couple guest houses with which they have no electricity after a certain hour. I think it's after 6 p.m. You have two options.
Yeah.
You can either rough the heat and stay in a very basic guest house on one of the most beautiful beaches in the entire world, or you can just rent a scooter from El Nido and drive back to your hotel, resort, wherever you're staying in El Nido. But one of the most epic day trips you'll ever do. This island here is my silver medal. It's probably my favorite island in the entire world, and it's easily the best island in the Philippines. It is the definition of exploring, getting lost, and seeing things that few others have ever seen before.
What is it?
Baytayan Island is basically like Boracay.
Maybe ghosts.
It has the beauty that will one day become a developed area, but for right now, this is a place that you can experience to yourself. There's so much to do here. From exploring the jungle
that you
to
haven't
exploring
seen
the beautiful
before.
beaches around the entire island.
Let's see it.
There's even goats that freely roam.
Maybe some seawater
Definitely
creatures.
check out the mangroves. They're these little trees that
You know
grow
what I
on the
mean?
water. Go explore the other side of the island where there's literally no identifiable landmarks. Just
Wow.
beautiful untouched nature and so many kids just playing on the side of the road. Definitely say hi to them. They really appreciate it and they're a lot of fun to hang out with. I joined a few kids in playing some basketball and it was definitely one of the highlights.
So did I, and I lost
It
when I
wouldn't
was
be a
there.
perfect island experience without a perfect sunset, and Baytayan certainly has a lot of them. In fact, the Philippines has plenty of them. I don't think I've seen more beautiful sunsets in my entire life. You really start to take them for granted because every single night you get a sunset that could easily be one of the most beautiful you've ever seen.
Wow.
Now, I don't want to call it the winner because everyone's a winner, guys. But
That's
just
right.
kidding. This is the winner of my top 10 of the
Yes,
Philippines.
that's my top one too.
Coron.
Even
Coron
Where's
is
it at?
not the
Coron.
easiest places to get to. It's pretty
Still
far
in
north.
Palawan.
In fact, it's even farther north than El
guess.
Nido. It's more
Yeah.
inaccessible than El Nido, and it can definitely
Wow.
be a bit of an expensive place.
Oh
to
my
visit the
gosh.
country, So inaccessible.
Oh.
You either take like a 5-hour ferry from El
It's
Nido.
like a
How do you-
forest
how do you
made
even
of
get there? Concrete.
stone.
Expect to pay
Wow.
top dollar because the flights aren't cheap. This is not a cheap place to go. Now it's time to show you why you're willing to spend your money to come here
Wow.
and why you're willing to deal with the inconvenience of getting here. Coron is simply out of this world. I can't compare it to anything, to be honest. It's like New Zealand and Africa had a baby, and it's beautiful. As
Right.
always, my favorite thing to do is rent a scooter. It's the first thing I do whenever I get
Oh
to a
yeah,
place.
that's why he said it's
Get a
like
scooter, go
Switzerland
explore
and
this island.
South
You'll be blown
Africa.
away. Now I
Because
must
look
say
at the
that the
landscape.
roads
You
we
said
took
New
on our
Zealand.
scooters
Oh, New
were
Zealand.
basically
Those look like
off-roading.
chocolate hills,
There was
too.
some very loose gravel.
like South
and huge rocks
Africa.
that we were driving over, but the feeling of exploring where few
Look.
have explored before was so
Minus
similar to
the
Bohol, they have mountains that
endangered
look like the Christian
animals.
kids.
Look at that.
They're not called the chocolate hills, but they're very similar.
Yeah,
looking.
they
When we
look-
drove down
looks
this road,
like
we
the
probably
chocolate
didn't
hills,
see
they
tourists
said.
for the entire day. This might
I
sound
want
scary
that
to
kind
some
of
but it's one of the
raw,
most amazing
trips.
things. The local Filipino
You just
people
walk
are
and
some
walk
of the
and walk
friendliest
until you
and
get
most
tired.
accommodating people. definitely don't take that as a bad thing. It's an incredible feeling of truly getting lost in a place that you've never been before. Now, after exploring the rural side of Coron for the day, we went to the more touristy spots. There's these beautiful hot springs where people generally come for sunset.
That's what I'm talking about,
around
hot
5 p.m.,
springs.
you can definitely expect to see tons of other travelers. It's a really cool way to meet people. The next day, my girlfriend and I and a couple of friends rented kayaks, and we went and kayaked all the way across to a set of islands. Now, I don't know if I recommend the kayaking because it truly was a very, 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 very difficult workout. But it's good to stay in shape while traveling, so maybe this is the best option for you. There's also the option to do island tours similar to an El Nido, so maybe check that out if you don't want to go through excruciating heat in a kayak. But when we made it to the other side, the work was so worth it. Similar to the landscape of Nido, you have the jagged cliff sides, the incredibly blue water, and the feeling of being cut off from the rest of the world. It's extremely energizing to do that every now and then. These are among some of my favorite drone shots I've ever had. Thank you, Coron. This is Laura looking graceful, but then she got bit by a fish. At the end of the day, we put up the white flag and we paid someone to tow our kayaks back behind their motorboat. It was the best decision we ever made.
I bet.
If you like this video and want to see more like this, check out the videos linked below. I have top 10 lists to Thailand.
All I got to say is the Philippines is amazing. The beauty.
Yeah, of course. That's my land.
Just like the beauty landmarks.
It's my motherland.
Just like the beauty nature, they have the beauty women too. Like my baby right here. But anyway, I want to visit all of them, except for the one where you gotta jump off the cliff in the...
What's your top 3? Top 3.
That last one.
Given the chance that we are...
The last one.
The Coron and
the one with the red beach. Probably just Bohol. I've always wanted to go there. What about you?
Coron. And... what else? I guess Boracay again. And I don't want to drive long like Malapascua, just driving. I want to fly, so maybe El Nido.
She just likes flying for some reason.
I don't like long drives.
It's beautiful. Oh my god. Like what I want to do is just sell everything, go be a photographer in the Philippines.
Philippines is a really beautiful country. I'm really proud that I'm from the Philippines. Like, you know, like everybody is like, hey, let's go to the Philippines. I heard that country is really beautiful. The beaches are really...
Yeah, I'm jealous. All the people from the Philippines get to see it every day.
Not all.
Well, most.
Most.
But anyway, we're going to leave the link below to the video. Check it out, comment, like,
and tell us your top 3, guys.
Tell us your top 3. What top 3 do you like?
Like, if given the chance that you will get to travel.
Even if you're from the Philippines, what's your top 3? But anyway, we'll catch you later. Don't forget to subscribe to us. Peace, love, and happiness, guys.
Peace.